If you're looking for some of the best barbecue, if you're looking for some of the best food, hey, it can come to a place near you. Stay tuned for this one, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Your Little Castle Show. Again, highlighting friends of mine for many years. We go way back. Shawn and I were trying to figure this out. It's got to be close to 20 years. You and I have been buddies, running around, having fun in St. Louis. We'll put it nicely.
It's been a long time.
We had some fun in St. Louis. We didn't cause any problems. We just had fun everywhere we went. But yeah, welcome to the Your Little Castle Show, man.
Well, thank you.
So I put the post out a little bit ago, and I said, hey, let's bring on some cool business types from all over the spectrum. And boy, if there's anything the Cardinal Cowboy will appreciate, it's some barbecue. And so we've got the best barbecue in St. Louis right here, right? And it happens to be a buddy of mine. So with that, we give a shout out Carroll House Furniture, because you like nice things in your little castle where you might eat some good barbecue, right? And so, but we're all looking for that little castle, so we put that up there. Get that nice furniture, and because you like nice things in the little castle that you've got. But that little castle, like I said, if you want to have barbecue brought to your house, Shawn will deliver this to your location, right? You've got the big. You said this truck you've got is how big?
The trailer is 42 feet.
Trailer, yeah.
Plus the truck to tow it, so it puts it about 8 feet short of a semi.
If you want, they can bring a semi to you, everybody. And if you look, there's pictures inside of this. We're going to show you guys. We got the photos pulled up here. I've got this on the big wall. I'll go up to the big wall. But just look at this. This is unbelievable. And some of the food. And where was the trailer pictures? Oh, they're on your website too, aren't they? We got the website too. Yeah, let's put the website up here. Here's your website. Look at that food, man. Oh, I'm getting hungry. It's getting close to dinner time here, Shawn. But yeah, look at that. That is a big trailer. And that all the way to the back there, that's the only way you get into this thing, to the actual, what'd you call it? The cooker?
That's the smoker.
It's the smoker, right? Yep. The smoker in the back there. The only way into that thing is going through all the way to the back. And let's keep that up on the front here. Looks great. Well, welcome to the Your Little Castle Show. What brought you into this? You've got some culinary background that I didn't realize.
I do. So I went to Jeffco and trained under Stephen Burkle for the last 2 years of high school. And then when I graduated that, I went to Forest Park and studied at Forest Park for about a year and a half. And then I decided that the chef world was not for me because of the constant yelling, screaming, throwing things.
Okay.
So I took a different route after that. But I am technically a trained chef. I just don't claim it. So...
Hey, but with that background, now you've got another career you had for a period of time, and tell us how this works together. I don't want to put any words in your mouth, because you've been very successful in a couple other areas. Like this he's done very well. I just leave it at that.
Well, thank you.
But he's ambitious and works hard and finds the right places to get into the right industries. But give us a little bit of the background. This is strictly on weekends. This is only running on weekends. Is that true?
Correct. So the trailer, unless we're doing a corporate event, a catering event, a wedding. It only runs Saturday and Sunday. We only run until we're sold out of food. We have a very specific goal that we want to hit per day, and that's that. Our goal with the trailer is to bring quality barbecue back to St. Louis. We only serve Wagyu beef. We only serve heritage porks. Everything we do is scratch made in the trailer with absolutely no compromises cut. We have all of our wood imported from Texas once a month because it's the best. It's kiln dried. It gives you the best smoke flavor. It's the cleanest. To answer your initial part of the question, I owned a paintless dent repair company for a long time. We did very well with that. And that's what allowed me to be able to, whatever screen to point at, that's what allowed me the financial backing to be able to get this going. So you hear the saying all the time, put your money where your mouth is. If you're not happy with something, change it. Well, we wrote a really big check because we weren't happy with the quality we were getting in St. Louis, and we feel that St. Louis deserved better. So we're here to do it.
So there you have it, everybody. I mean, when you put together, I mean, this trailer, you call it, I can only imagine this has got to be a lot of money. We'll just say a lot of money. But you were dedicated. You said this is and we're not going to focus on having one particular restaurant location. You wanted to do the mobile. And what do you call this? Is a food truck? Is that the definition? Or
so food truckers get offended by that because
Okay.
it's a trailer. It is a food trailer.
Okay.
I did not realize they would be so animosity about that.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
So technically, it's a mobile food unit. If you just want to categorize all of them kind of the same, they're all mobile food units. This one is a trailer. Obviously, it can't drive itself.
Right. Okay. A lot of them, they have the engines. It's like a delivery truck kind of,
Yep.
and it's all been modernized. But yeah, when you went out, you went big. I mean, this you said 8 feet short of a semi. Now I'm going, okay. Well, then how big is a semi? This has got to be close to 60 feet.
It's over that.
It's over 60 feet. All right. So if you want to bring the whole party, the whole kitchen and caboodle right there to your event, you can do that, and you've got over 60 foot. This is longer than the from the pitching mound to home plate. Everybody, if you can imagine the distance there, you could throw a baseball and still not extend as far as this goes for a pitcher's mound. But you decided to go all out. What was the reason you decided? If you've saved up some money, you've got a few different places you could go to spend your career and what you want to do for your next phase. Why did you decide to get into this?
It's actually kind of a rough backstory. So me and my father never got along. It was rough at best. But the one thing that we always kind of had in common was cooking. He was a fantastic barbecuer. After a couple beers or brews, whatever they were that day, cocktails.
Right.
And, everybody always said that I was a fantastic chef. I could just wing something and it was good. Other than that, we had absolutely nothing in common ever in life, period.
Okay.
He ended up passing away a couple years back. 2 months after he passed away, that was paid for and the build was started. It's named after, so the name Macis, and then if you can see the little white photo in the middle,
Okay.
that's actually my niece's. So the reason it's named what it is it's Madeline and Cecilia's Prime Barbecue. This is a true family business. It's being built for them, and that's kind of the legacy of it is that. So after their grandfather, after my father passed away, we made it happen.
So you felt like this is the next phase of your life where you felt like you could kind of get a tribute to the family a little bit, obviously here, because you're naming it after your nieces, and said we can make this something. Now, why did you pick the specific with Prime, barbecue? Why was barbecue the of all the different types of food that you could have?
The short answer, barbecue was the most lacking in St. Louis, in my personal opinion.
Okay.
So when I first started doing barbecue, which was 6-7 years ago, the barbecue scene had really taken a southward turn. If you go back 10-12 years ago, there were some absolutely fantastic barbecue restaurants in St. Louis. Their pride, their passion, all of that shone through.
Yeah.
Come 6-7 years ago, everybody started getting greedy. They wanted to start opening 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 restaurants. The quality tanked. And I think most people would agree with that. And I knew I could do something about it. So, we are.
And here we are. The rest is history, as they say. Well, with as many years as you've got in this now, and you've been cooking for a long time, but you're saying about 6 years involved with this realm of your business world. Is that with that 6 years, you've built a lot. What's the path for this? Is this going to be something you stick with in St. Louis? Is there? I don't want to give away any secrets here, but obviously you could expand from here. Where are you going with this thing?
So the good news for us is we're not going to leave St. Louis. We're not going to franchise. We're not going to ever outgrow our footing. The only thing that this brand is built on is 100% offering the highest quality barbecue with absolutely no corners cut whatsoever, ever, period. Um, I'm not worried about the dollars, as long as the bills get paid, as long as the employees and the coworkers can get paid well above a fair wage, um, we're good. And I think with that ideology, it gives a big heads up in the mission, which again is we want to force quality barbecue back to St. Louis. Don't build a brand based on quality and then cut the quality and raise the prices and say, oh, well, the meat got expensive. No, you're just not managing the business right.
So with that, we can see some high quality stuff here. If you look at the overall, I'm going to give a quick preview. Check out this website. I do websites. I can tell when a website has been done well, and you did very well here. This looks dynamite. But right at the top, it's where you can click the book or set up for some reserve for catering as well, and then some images there. A little bit about some of the events you've got upcoming, and some great pieces of your work there. Looking at some of the best cuts you'll find, and boy, some masterpieces there. But as you poke around the website here, there's this reservation, catering services, and what I wanted to get into is that menu. Now, tell me, what about this menu stands out for you? Why you've put a menu together like you have here?
So we're very centric on quality. So we only serve top quality American Wagyu beef. That started January 1 of this year. I worked all last year to find a supplier that could supply me the volume that we needed, which in my opinion isn't a crazy volume, but apparently it's enough that most people couldn't do it. And I wanted it 100% sourceable from start to finish. So I can tell you what farm the beef came from. I can tell you what processing plant that it was processed in. I know the background of the product that we are serving, which to us was important. The turkey is about as good as turkey you can possibly buy. The chicken is from Bell and Evans. I don't think you can find better, period. And all of our pork product are heritage pork only. Those are the top 1% of pork products sold in the country. So everything about the menu is focused on, we want the meat to be as perfect as possible. We then take the time to season it how it should be. We smoke everything with pecan wood only. There's no mix. There's nothing else. There's no fillers in it. I can tell you where every single one of the spices came from. We source absolutely everything. If we don't make it on the trailer, it is made specifically for us by one of 2 co-packers, and I know absolutely everything about what they are doing. So the source, the sustainability, all of that goes into the entire picture of the trailer, and we made sure that it was documented from start to finish.
Well said. Well, I want to talk a little bit about Wagyu beef. I know the term. I know it's some of the best out there. But we'll talk about that when we come back from a little break here. But before we do that, I want to share with everybody, here's something that's pretty impressive too. And not many people can say this, but we have a Facebook page here. I'm going to put this on the widescreen. But there's so many reviews that were written for you from people. And that's just kind of impressive. I didn't so many people paid attention to Facebook for reviews, but I'm like, holy cow, you got 44 reviews here. You guys have only been around a year, 11 months, right?
Yes.
And so this is kind of neat. Brought my wife and our friends. I'm going to put this on the wall there for everybody. You can play along with me there. All the way from Kansas City to St. Louis, my hometown, because I was told them about STL barbecue is better. Of course, Kansas City. Natives didn't believe me. Kept my screen there. So I got us up, brisket, sat us down, and didn't even open our forks they gave us and peeled apart the brisket and gave each of them a piece. In one bite, they were convinced STL barbecue was better. Spoke to the owner and let him know he converted KC barbecue people to STL barbecue. Then he gave us a sample of each of the smoked turkey and knocked us all out for free. Absolutely nothing. 1,000%, 100,000%, 1,000,000% out of 10. Amazing food, fast service, extremely proud and kind owner. and among them all around vibes. Well, that's good. I mean, you don't get too many reviews like that to begin with. That's pretty bad. 5. How's that make you feel? Let's see the kind of response you're getting.
It's awesome. It shows that we're not the only ones with the ideology we have. You know, we serve a very specific demographic. We are not going to be the cheap barbecue place, and that's okay. You know, there are people that fill that role unbelievably well. They do a fantastic job with it, and honestly, I eat at some of them once or twice a month. When you spend 14, 15 hours, 4 days a week on a trailer smoking meat, you kind of don't want to eat smoked meat off your own. Like,
try something else, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, and it means a lot. The biggest thing with us that stands out for that review is there's no sauce on the trailer. We will never offer sauce. There will never be sauce. It will not happen. We want to stand on our own feet with the meat. We either did it right or we absolutely failed. And something that we had briefly talked about, one of our mottos is, if it's not the best you've had, it's free. And I repeat that 15, 20, 30 times a day whenever we give out samples. And typically it's followed with a nice eye roll, some really fun mumbling noises, and then they continue to order a pound of whatever the meat was that they wanted to sample. So it's very rewarding that the hard work, the time, and the diligence is being seen as the same. So
there you go. Well said, and something we like to portray here, and this is why we have experts in our community, leaders that are making such a difference here, and bring them on our show here, the Your Little Castle Show. With that, we've got some fun. We partake in the community. We're going to share a little bit of that here. One of our charities will be inspired. One of our former guests was at the event, and so join in right here as you can see some of the excitement we've got going on in our community.
Okay. Hey everybody, it's John Fogarty.
Thank you.
You're a kind of a musician on the side, right?
Yeah, I'm going to sing a little bit later today, but not until after the golf.
Right. Summit, great organization. We love you guys. Great interview we had.
Yeah, we had a great time on the podcast.
That was fun, man. That aired on ABC about 6 months ago.
Yeah, probably 6 months ago. It was right fall, I think. So yeah, maybe a little more.
Well, you guys do good work. Tell me why you love this event here. You're supporting Will.
Yeah, so Will Be Inspired golf tournament. Veterans, first responders, 100% everything goes right back into it. So always support the best and try to take care of ours and take care of us. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome. There we go. All right, everybody. We'll be back for more. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rethwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. It takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there's no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. So there you have it, everybody. You can see how media has changed the way the world revolves and everything that goes on within our little business world. Magnetize your media. Pick up our book here. Already a #1 seller on Amazon. Yours truly. They asked me to write the introduction, the 4-word they call that, right? And I said, Carter, since you wrote the first chapter, but I outlined for people, it's pretty much you're going to catch up with this technology stuff or you're going to get left behind. You see, Shawn has done a great job. Already 2,100 followers on his Facebook already and tons of reviews and a great looking website. So you understand how media impacts the way our business world functions. But give me a little cost analysis because there are a number of options for people to get barbecue here in St. Louis. But give me kind of the breakdown of why the best value is really there for what you're doing, what you're offering.
So when you look at upfront dollars, we will seem a smidge more expensive in like the $1 to $2 range, nothing astronomical. But when you actually look at the value proposition, the full package, we typically are a better value, even offering the higher quality meats. So for instance, if you go to another competing restaurant, you're going to order a brisket and a 2-side plate. That's going to come out to probably ½ pound, 3/4 of a pound of food, and you're going to be between like $17 and $20. For us, with Wagyu brisket and one side, you're going to be at $21 to $23, depending on which side you pick, if it's a special or not. But you're getting at least a pound of food on every single order that we send out. So we don't load up the filler meats that are less expensive. Everything is going to be 8 to 10 ounces for the small portions. Everything is going to be 16 to 20 for the larges. So when you actually look at the full value of it, we're really not much more expensive, if any, at all. The upfront sticker shock might be there, but if you read some of the reviews on the Facebook page, a lot of them outline specifically, for the amount of food you got, I can't believe the price.
Yeah, so it's actually a better value. You're getting more for your money here with what you're
Correct.
offering because you're giving them top-notch stuff. And Wagyu across the board for anything that's beef.
Correct.
And a lot of people, we were talking about Wagyu, and it's the premium, everybody. And most of your other, but it's not for that premium price. I would figure, because I've done this before. I went into a restaurant, I'll leave unnamed, something with the capital, something, whatever. But anyway, and I sat down and I said, give me the Wagyu. And I come back and was like, an outrageous amount. I don't want to get people too freaked out, but you're not even close to that, but you're still getting the Wagyu. And Wagyu is, most of the other barbecue places, they're not offering Wagyu. That's
Correct.
It's not even in the realm. It's not like an upgrade for them. It's just not even on the menu.
Correct.
Okay. And why is Wagyu such a better meat for everybody?
For us, it's going to come down to the marbling. It's going to come down to the deep beef flavor that you get with the American Wagyu that we sourced. Our Wagyu is American Wagyu. It's a 50-50 breed of American and Japanese cows. I don't want to get into the exact specifics because I don't know absolutely all of the genetic side of it. But I can tell you where it's from. If you want to look at their website, you can Google it if you come to the trailer. It really comes down to how the meat's going to hold the flavor, how the fat's going to render. Those are the chickens.
Yeah, we got chicken there too.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it as an overall package, when you cook the Wagyu correctly, when you don't drown it in sauce, when you spend the time to really give it the passion and love that it deserves, there really isn't anything that compares with with the deep beefiness and the tenderness and the moistness and how it receives the seasoning, there just isn't a comparison.
Well, knowing Shawn and his acumen for being detailed and thorough and the best, I know your past career, I know your jobs. This guy's on the ball. I now can understand why this has become such an affinity for you and the great quality of stuff you're doing there. But, geez, I was just looking at I'm getting hungry, everybody. I haven't yet eaten any major meals today. I've got a couple snacks there. I said, Shawn, I got to grab a snack. Shawn and I are buddies for a long time, so he came in and we hung out for a minute. But, wow, what you're putting together here is really top notch, and this is something that it will separate yourself from the rest. So to keep up the good work with that. So then I would say, why should somebody choose you? I mean, the best value is there. And when you boil it down, what does it come down to that really sets you apart?
I would say it's many things. One is going to be the passion and love. Two is going to be the uncompromising standards. And I mean what I say. If we're not the best you've had, I will absolutely happily give you a refund. There's nobody else in this industry that will stand behind their product like that. You probably have 50 that I know of operating legally barbecue facilities in and around St. Louis.
Right, okay.
God knows how many that are just doing smoking and selling stuff out of their house. So, we could say 50 to 100 options. We know that we're not going to be the choice for every single person, but for that clientele that wants the best, that wants that eyes roll back in their head, they just can't stop thinking about it once they get it. There is nobody that fits that niche clientele better than we do. It just doesn't happen.
Well said there. As we finish up here, when somebody's going off to buy some barbecue, what do you think is the biggest mistake they make? Is it sacrificing good quality beef? What do you think it is that people, and because you can call them, I guess you'll cater for anybody. You got catering,
correct?
And so if somebody's going to do this, tell them the mistake they might make that you're not going to let them make.
I would say the first mistake is they don't let the meat speak for itself. So a common thing that we say on the trailer, just to the people working on the trailer, is, you could put 2 pounds of sugar on just about anything and make it taste good. So let's take that safety net away. You can go to any grocery store and you can buy hundreds of different barbecue sauces and look at any of them and they're going to be the same. Relatively, it's going to be sugars, it's going to be some vinegar, it's going to be some tomato. There may or may not be something spicy in it. That's the basic gist of a barbecue sauce. Get rid of that safety net. See what you're actually eating before it's drowned in sauce. So that would be the one thing. The next one is, we like, for our catering side, we like doing custom orders. So you're going to call, you're going to talk with me only, at least at this point, unless we get super busy.
We'll talk about that more coming up. Stay tuned, everybody.